Smarketing. What is it and why do you need it? Hello, everyone. My name is Tessa, and I am a marketing strategy. I'm a marketing strategist. This is Tracy Taylor over at TNT Marketing. She's a social media guru, and today we're bringing you Smarketing. So, Tracy, what is Smarketing? Other than a funny word, which I literally pictured two animals kind of like blended into one.
Right. So basically, if you are into images, if you have one circle that's sales and one circle that's marketing, and you blend that little sweet spot in the middle where they both intertwine is Smarketing. So it's sales and marketing for your business, or you could say social selling and marketing, however you want to look at it. I know last night I told my husband what our topic was for today, and he goes, "What the heck?"
Yep. I think we threw some people off last week when we said, hey, we're covering this. They're like, what are you
What
talking
is
about?
this? So, yes. So, Smarketing is
Marketing.
your sales
I
and marketing. I don't know. I think it's just a weird morning. But anyway,
It
it's
is.
almost lunch. We need to get it together.
Oh, no. So, marketing, sales, and marketing in that sweet spot. And so, if you are two different teams, so we have a lot of different people that watch us over the week, after the lives and everything. So, if you're a larger company and you have a sales department and marketing department, it's where those two come together and work in unison as opposed to sales doing their thing and marketing doing their thing. It's that beautiful blend, right?
It's it's kind of almost like my tagline for my business is where business and social collide. This is really where sales and marketing collide, and they make all the things happen for your business the way you want them to happen, because sometimes things happen not the way you want, but then they do happen and you're like, oh, that worked really awesome. Well, because the universe has things that work well together, and sales and marketing go hand in hand.
Well,
So
if you think about
marketing,
it,
that's
right,
today.
right. Well, sales and marketing are very dependent on each other. So there's, marketing without the sales team to close the deals is not going to be able to show their numbers and hit their goals. And the sales team without the right materials to entice people, they're not going to be able to hit their goals. And
Right.
so I know that you have some strategies for us to make these two blend. But the first thing that I have to say is that I watched, or I guess I listened to an amazing podcast on how the blend of these two things can work and how profitable it can be. And it really didn't dawn on me that we had to ask sales as a marketing team to ask sales, what are people saying are the pain points? When do you convert them? Little things like
Yep.
that can make a huge difference in the marketing that is actually going to go out. So if you aren't asking the right questions, no matter what you do for marketing, it's not going to hit the mark.
Right. So the biggest question for a lot of folks when they look at this, Tessa, is, are your sales and marketing the same person, or is it two different teams? Because I mean, for you and I, yes, we kind of have teams. You have way bigger than I do, but for me, it's, for lack of better terms, it's all me. So I have to say, okay, what is this pain point? What does this do? What happens here? How can I make that, do I need to add a new service to the business? Do I need to offer something? So it's really seeing if the sales and marketing team together are aligned. Are they aligned in the universe? Are they aligned within your business? And a massive question to ask, and it will make you turn around and think, especially if you have two separate teams. I know there's large companies that Tessa and I both work with. They are separate. I was talking with one of my clients the other day, and he doesn't really have teams. He has me, and he has somebody else that does stuff for him, but she does not comprehend certain things well enough. So they kind of get slid under the crack. So in that aspect, no, they're not aligned, but we are coming up with some strategy right now to where we can align them, and I can help him a little bit more in both. So the question there is, does your marketing team know your sales goals? Because if not, they don't have anything to attach themselves to.
Mm-hmm.
And that helps
Exactly.
people be competitive. That helps them be more creative. That lets them know what you're doing. And that gives them more of kind of an impact in the business. And so you want to make them know that. But the same thing and the same question goes the other way. So does the sales team know the marketing goals?
Right.
If you're out there pushing a ton of stuff, and I've seen it happen, I've actually been, I don't want to say victim of it, and I know you have somewhere
Yes,
along the
for
lines. We
sure.
talked about it, but
Lots
it's
of
great.
stories.
You see something out in the universe on Facebook, on Instagram, in a paper, on a radio advertisement, and you call in to take advantage of that, and the salesperson is clueless.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, you can't get what you thought you were getting. And it's very frustrating. So, for folks who don't align the two, they're losing out on money every single day. And that is something that has to happen. So, you want them, you want them to know
Talking.
what each other's doing. Yeah.
Right,
When people
right.
talk
So
to each other.
alignment can be a couple different things. It can be that you guys regularly get together. And in the beginning, like I said, this podcast that opened my mind, it was basically like open up the conversation. And that might be hard
Right.
for a sales team and a marketing team to actually come together. And let me tell you, I've seen plenty of teams that butt heads because they're two different worlds. And so when the two get in the same room and they get to just kind of vent, the first way is literally like, here's all the challenges. And it's a
Mhm.
little bit, it's stressful, but once you get through that first conversation, then you can start saying, okay, well, now I understand what challenges you have on this front end. Your materials are not thorough enough, or
Right.
on the sales side, like I'm not privy to how much sales are going through this business because we're just the marketing department. So when you get on the same page, you have these regular meetings, you can
Right.
start to make them more and more efficient. And
Yeah.
if it's you and you're the only person, you're marketing and sales, then sit down and have a real heart to heart with yourself and say, what is it that here's the sales process. I'm looking at my sales process. Here's my marketing process. Like, what are my gaps? And that's the big next thing that I wanted to add. Tracy didn't even see this coming, but where are the gaps between sales and marketing? So are
Well, it's
they,
true.
yeah,
You have to have a conversation. And if you're one and by yourself, you have to have the conversation with me, myself, and I. So you have a team, but you have to have a conversation. And sometimes that conversation might look like a lunch.
yes.
This exactly happened yesterday. So Tessa's going to fly the coop probably in a minute when I say this out loud. But a friend of mine's trying really hard to find a job, and we were struggling with what she wants to do. She's in between two fields, and one of them she likes more than the other. And after 25, 30 minutes, I looked at her and I said, why don't we just start another business? She was like, what? I said, you're good at administrative stuff, so you would make a really good virtual assistant. And I said, I have people call me all the time and ask me, they think because it's marketing that I fall in the line as a virtual assistant. I don't like doing all the menial, tedious little tasks that go in with that sometimes. I don't mind doing some of it. I don't want to do all of it. So the conversation led me to, we need another division of T&T marketing. We need to be able to offer virtual services to people. And I have clients that already need them. So part of that conversation was, wait a minute, I already have X number of clients that probably need one or two things every month anyway. So if we're already doing it, it's easier to get money. This is part of your salespeople. It's easier to get money from those who already like, know, and trust you than it is from a brand new person.
Mm-hmm.
And so we looked at that, but you got to look at it. You got to look at it and see what you need. So
Where are the gaps? Like
yeah,
Tracy
where are the
found
gaps?
an
What does that look like? That
opportunity.
may be a service, that might be a product, that might be you're not sending out your monthly newsletter, or you're not attending networking events, you're not doing, lives like Tessa and I've started doing, you're not communicating with people that need your services.
Mm-hmm.
And there's different ways to do marketing. Are you doing direct mail? Are you doing newsletters? Are you doing ads online? Are you a super large company and you're relying on television programs? I hear local people I know every day are now advertising on the radio. Radio is not dead, neither is print ad, by the way. And so It's funny when you're driving down the road and you hear a commercial, you're like, I know that person. And in a
That's
meeting the other day, I heard a guy say, hey, give me your contact at such and such because their rates are cheaper than this one. And so people are wanting to get back online. So you have to figure out, is your product or service part of the 44% of direct mail that's never opened? Or do you hit a pain point where they're going to look at it?
right. Well, in
And
that pain point, you
that's a
don't.
big thing because I'll be honest with you, I don't do a lot of junk mail. I don't want it. But those little community magazines
Mhm.
are the bomb. You can find clients in there. You can find people to do services with you. You just have to sell yourself in your business all the time. I love people. I'm not a salesperson, but you
Everybody.
own a business.
Everyone who owns, every entrepreneur has to
Congratulations.
be
You
has
are
to
a
be a
salesperson.
salesperson. I mean, you can
Own a business,
sell.
you're a salesperson.
Right. And you're actually communicating how you help others. But
Yes,
you mentioned something which is
yes,
really, really interesting. And that's, this gap, your gap could exist in a number of different places, but you've got to look at that journey. Like, where is the customer at? What are the pain points and what do you solve? Those
yep,
are always, I mean, by default, never once in any marketing campaign have I ever asked any other questions than those three. Where are your customers? Who are they? And what are their pain points?
right.
Really, I mean, and then once you know that, you can create the rest. But that's the
You can
sales
do
side.
it.
That's the marketing side, right? So that's the initial. Then you go into sales. So now how are you staying in touch with them? How are you converting
Right.
them? And then once they're a client, what happens then, right? Because you have to,
You
like you
have to
said,
do it.
customer loyalty. Are you turning
Mhm.
it into a long-term client, or is it just end right there? And are you spending
Right.
your money in the right places? Because it costs you so much money to get new clients. Are
It's
you,
very
yeah,
expensive.
what can you do to add more sales, like Tracy's talking about, virtual or VA services? Now, I definitely think you have to be good at what you do, so you can't do everything.
Oh
And
no.
Tracy's very focused, though. She's like, we do these marketing services, and VA services are a natural. In fact, that was my first business, was VA, OBM,
Yeah.
business manager, and then it went into marketing because I found like that I enjoyed a lot more.
Right.
But you have to be fine tuned, and then really just be honest with yourself and say, hey, I have a gap here. If you need to find someone to help you with that, if you need a marketing team. So obviously Tracy and I, that's our area of
That's
expertise,
our
is
thing.
marketing,
Well,
all
it's
things
easy.
marketing.
So ask yourself, self or team
Self or
or
team.
whatever. I mean, you want to look at it and say, what does it look like and what does it mean to grow my business? And then you'll kind of stretch out a couple of things. And I just want to let you know this part of sales and marketing. So what I'm doing for my business, I know Tessa's done it for hers. We've helped many people do it. We want to have anywhere from 3 to 7 revenue streams through the one business.
Mhm.
Through the business, that's the goal. So then here's the question. What does it look like to grow the business? Look at how many of those circles that you have, like put your name out on a piece of paper and then drop. This one is this is this is, and make sure that you have them. Anywhere you don't is a gap, and that's an opportunity. Don't look at it as it's a negative thing. It's an opportunity. It's positive. But then you have to say, what is a short-term goal to make this happen? What is a long-term goal? And so when you ask me, what is short-term goal? I'm saying 90 days. If you can fix it in 90 days, it's a short-term goal. If it's going to take you closer to a year or more, so 12 plus, then short-term goal is 1 to 3 months. We can fix it, we can add it, we can do whatever. A long-term goal is going to go into the 12 plus months. But when you look at this and you're adding those things to your business, that's when you have to say, what is the sales process?
Mhm.
Does that mean it's going to take months to promote and then it's going to come to fruition? You need to look at your competition and see what they're not doing. That will tell you what to do in marketing and get your money and get your people flowing and earn and know your like, know, and trust. It's so funny that I know I have my tagline, where business and social collide. And when I call people, they answer the phone that way because they know me. And I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and because I was asking her about this whole adding the whole VA side to it for a friend. She said it would be natural for you. And I said, okay, because the clients will go like this. So it's actually going to be an added revenue stream back and forth. So that
Right.
revenue is going to work both ways. But then I told her, I said, oh, now I need to come up with a tagline. And she immediately said, well, your current one is where business and social collide, right? I said, yeah, that's right. You have to make it catchy where people know what it is, because then they'll think of you because of that. And that's something that's super exciting. So
I was
come
gonna
up
say
with all
your
those things.
tagline still applies to a VA side too, in my opinion, because it's business. It's all
Yeah,
the
but it's
business
going to have its
stuff.
own, you know me, it's going to have its own website. It's going to have its
That's
own,
fun.
I mean, it'll probably have a page in my current one, but then we'll do a landing page. It'll have its separate Facebook page. So those things can crisscross applesauce, because that's another revenue stream. Like, that's how it's going to work. So you have to make really sure with this that your goals and your sales process and your marketing process, that they really do like each other and they get along, because when that happens, it's all
Smarketing
going to
happens.
work.
And you know, I also blend the two words smart and marketing. So smarketing is sales and marketing, but it's also smart for your business. And the reason why, because when all cylinders are firing together, you get this unbelievable power. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not even just that they're talking and they are friendly with each other, but you're actually encouraging each other, or sales and marketing departments are collaborating more.
Yep.
So conversations are happening way early, like, hey, I noticed so and 5 people have asked us about how to present online or something like that. You can hear it from the sales department who's having
Right.
these deep conversations about what people need, and you can create that content that your sales
Yeah.
team is going to, one, support your sales team, but two, get their attention, get your target audience's attention over on the sales channel, on the marketing,
Yeah.
on the social media
Yeah.
channel. So when you combine the
Yeah.
two and you have them working in
Yeah.
collaboration, you can create way better materials, which actually end in way more sales.
Way more
so,
help.
so
Right.
do it.
You have to you have to have a plan. So you want to know what's currently working, do more of it. What's not working, tweak it. You need to know your customer demographics, because if you don't know your demographics, then you're putting out ads that are not being answered to. You're not getting any action or traction off of them. And so you want really, I mean, I go back, Tessa, you've said this 3 or 4 times in this, but if your sales and marketing team are separate, have them make a list of the top 10 questions that they're answering on a daily basis. And then you want to make sure that they have an aligned answer to that.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're
A
answering
resource.
if they're getting asked the same question, then it automatically needs to roll back to the marketing company and say, hey, this is an opportunity for us. Because people look at things all the time and they say, oh, I'm so frustrated. This is frustrating, or this is not happy, or this is making me mad. It's an opportunity.
Yeah,
If they're answering 10 questions that you're not providing solutions to, that's 10 opportunities for you to make money. And
exactly.
that's why you have to look at that. So we always talk about, what is the pain point? What are your solutions? What services do you provide? When you talk about true marketing, who you are, what your business does, and honestly, what sets you apart from your competition.
Right.
I
You're
don't want
unique.
to know what you like or don't like that they do. I want to know what you do differently. And when somebody asks me that personally, I tell them I take care of your social media 7 days a week. And I do not only do it Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. That is ineffective. It's not going to work. I will slam my head against the brick on the outside of this building before it will work and be effective for me. So people like that answer for me. They know that I use software. I do not hide it because I can't just do that much. But that's one of the things that sets me apart. So think of the highlights, if you will,
Mhm.
of what sets your business apart from others and
Right,
work with it.
right. And if you're having a hard time having that conversation with yourself, you as sales and marketing,
Have it with
like
us.
book one of our complimentary sessions, marketing strategy. You can have both of us. You can have, social side. You can have, I definitely work more on thought leadership, content generation, video production, website design, the technical side, everything else, funnels, all those pieces. But together, when you combine the two of us in a strategy session, it's amazing. So definitely have that conversation with us. Or if you need someone to facilitate a conversation between a sales and marketing team, that's really something that I've been doing for a while, where it's like, okay, let's go interview all the salespeople and figure out what's going on
Yes.
if they can't have that, right? If you're having a hard time with the teams. Now, we blended that with Idea Pros, which is one of my biggest clients, and it was amazing when we made the two come together. But we had sales team, and they were very much their own little entity, and the marketing was completely separate. And so since then, we're definitely looking at amazing numbers in this year.
Yes.
So
Yes.
big, huge growth for us. Every single month is growth. So let us know if you guys want to do a consultation. Links are in this post, and we'll be back next week. So Thursday now? Thursday at 11
we're not
a.m.
Wednesday anymore.
I know, I'm so committed to that. Okay, so
I
Thursday
know.
at
But we
11.
changed it to help ourselves. So
Wednesday is just one of those days that gets a little crazy. So it's not fair to you guys if we're not on our game. So Thursdays are
Wednesdays do get a little hot mess express. I think today was that a little bit that way for me. And it's not the morning, it's the later thing. So I'm like, what the even heck is going on over here? But it's okay.
I know Tracy's got lots of things going on. There's actually a really big WEN summit right now. And so if you guys have it, can they still sign up?
It's over here on the other computer. I have it playing low right now so that I can absorb the content. They started the session at 10 o'clock with a meditation session. Oh. And I was like, okay.
So Women Entrepreneur Network. We both go live in Women's Entrepreneur Network. But it's a great group. Haley Gray runs it. She's got a summit going on right now. So I'll put the link in the comments, or Tracy can after the show, and you guys can go check that out.
I forewent my live session this morning because of the summit. I was like, well, that's dumb. I'm not going to go live. Nobody's going to be watching me. So
right. Well, you guys got to go check that out. And collaborating with people is so helpful for your business if you get stuck. I mean, follow us both on social media. And I see someone over there. Hello. I just can't see your name because you have to click the button above where it says StreamYard so we can see your name. But we'll catch you guys all next week, and more to come. I don't know the topic yet. Tracy and I will figure that out, and we'll post some things, some teasers for you.
I don't know yet.
We'll figure out an awesome topic for you guys. We'll see you all next week. Have a blessed week.
Bye.
Bye.